Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my top 10 fragrances for teenagers. I've gotten a ton of requests for this one, especially over on TikTok and Instagram, and I finally put together a list of some of the fragrances that I think are the most appropriate for younger people or people in general, teenagers in general, that are shopping on a budget. Like if you still want an amazing fragrance but you don't have a ton of money to spend. And this is also an amazing gifting guide if you are a parent or have a kid that loves fragrances. These are perfect options for you. So first up, we have a newer release from the house of Albania. This is called Ain Emarat Extrait. I just got to try this one for the first time and this is really good. It opens kind of blue, but something kind of nutty in the opening, but still very bright and fresh, and combined with some really nice warmer notes too. As it goes into the mid, that blue vibe kind of calms down a little bit, kind of goes away, and you're just left with this scent that feels very festive, something that's really perfect for the cooler weather. And I like it too because you get a little bit of this soft kind of floral vibe, very minimal, but it is there. More of a unisex leaning fragrance. It's not feminine, but it's also not like super typically masculine. Maybe some cinnamon and cardamom, and it gets a bit soapy clean as it dries, but just a touch. Really nice. Ain Emarat Extrait from Albania. Next up is Imperial Noir from Riffs. I've featured this one many times on my channel. You guys know I'm a big fan of this fragrance, and this is definitely more masculine leaning. Kind of a more simple vanilla scent, but really nice. It has this big dose of black pepper with some soft woods. It's vanilla, but it's not too sweet. It's more of like a vanilla extract. Easy to wear. Any day, anytime, it's literally impossible to dislike. It has really good longevity as well. It has a lot of power. Fresh but vanillic, it is a perfect signature scent. And at the perfect price point as well. Imperial Noir from Riffs. Next up is 9 PM Rebel from Afnan. This one shocked me to my core. Like, I really can't believe that I'm putting it in another video, but this is truly a perfect fragrance for a teenager. This is very fruity, kind of like a pineapple smoothie, but not so dominant on the pineapple, especially on the skin. The fruitiness is actually pretty minimal, but you do get a really beautiful kind of patchouli greenness. And vanilla too. It's kind of musky. It is the perfect scent for a guy with a huge personality, someone that is very flirty, fun, like very flamboyant, you know, has a big aura and charisma to them. I still can't get over how much I like this one. It is really good. 9 PM Rebel. I wasn't a big fan of the original 9 PM, but this one is really good. Next up is Uomo Signature from Salvatore Ferragamo. And this entire Uomo line is amazing. And I like them too because they all focus around the note of coffee. Not necessarily the main accord of this scent, but they all have coffee notes sprinkled in. You really can't go wrong with any of them. And they're all so affordable, but I do really like Signature because I think, as the name implies, it is the perfect, like, versatile scent. Very aromatic, cardamom galore, spicy, cozy, but citrusy. A really nice, zesty, bright grapefruit. A bit more sophisticated too. It's not quite as simple or sweet feeling. It is really an amazing scent for any man of any age, but it's perfect for a younger person too that is wanting something a bit more complex, but still very affordable and really wanting to up their scent game. It is a hidden gem cheapie. Honestly, the whole line is amazing. Uomo Signature from Salvatore Ferragamo. Of course, I have to include the viral king Morocco from Supers Budapest. If you watch any form of social media, you have seen people raving about this one. Another vanilla, but with exotic spices and almond. It feels so exotic and just delicious. Very nutty, but not a heavy, thick vanilla. It's very airy and bright. It still feels very ethereal. Sweet and playful, this is a huge compliment getter as well. It is a must-have and a great price point as well. Much cheaper than other like typical designer fragrances that you can find in department stores, and you can save 10% with the code Erica10. So it's even cheaper. It's a no-brainer. Morocco from Supers Budapest. Next up, we have Eros Flame from Versace. The Eros line is a bit of a household name in the fragrance community, and this is probably the best flanker, like the most popular flanker. It still has that very lovable minty Eros DNA, but much spicier. Along with that mint, it's kind of orangey. It's really nice and it works in the cooler weather. Sweet and fresh on top, but still very versatile. It's fruity, very pleasant, and you can find it for a great price point over on Max Aroma. You get a lot of great discounted prices on designer fragrances. Eros Flame. Next up is Nitro White from Dumont Paris. I kind of feel like a bit of a broken record with this one, but this is an amazing, like a really good cheapie with a lot of this honey sweetness with vanilla and myrrh. It has a little bit of some green fresh notes too. It has some more grown notes mixed in here as well, like iris and juniper berries. It has a slight kind of sparkling element. I love the ambery touches with a nice muskiness. The honey is so good and so appealing. It is a perfect cheapie for really anyone. This line from Dumont Paris is really good, but I especially love Nitro White for fall and winter. Next up, we have Legend Blue from Mont Blanc. This one is a stunner. It's not quite as sweet as some of the other fragrances that I've talked about, but it also has a bit of a mintiness to it that is just so appealing. This is more of like a classic, fresh, clean, kind of soapy scent, and it does get pretty soapy as it dries. Bit of a like barbershop, kind of like fougere vibe, but made super modern. Honestly, in this whole line, I think that blue and red are the best. And once again, just so affordable. Clean and fresh with some sweetness in between, and not as sweet as typical designer fragrances. So good. Legend Blue from Mont Blanc. A great scent for someone that works out a lot or does a lot of sports. Next up is Dunhill Icon, the original. This is another kind of dressy grown-up scent. Still not quite as sweet, but very green and natural smelling. Very floral. It has black pepper and cardamom with lavender and juniper berries and sage. And this has a really nice smooth leather in the base. Great professional scent, especially for someone that is in college or just for someone that wants to smell very clean and grown up. This is also just an incredible cheapie that smells literally 10 times more than it costs. Like, it's really crazy. Dunhill Icon. We're gonna be wrapping up the video with Hawas Ice from Versace. This is a newer flanker addition to the line, kind of a new and improved version of the original. It's festive, it's spicy and oriental. It's sweet but has these gorgeous, darker, plummy notes with star anise and cardamom, apple, really just everything you need to make a standout, very mass appealing scent. A bit soapy, but just a bit. It's pretty ambery and woody and musky at the end. But for me, the standout notes are that star anise, the plum, and I get the name ice because it does have a bit of a cooling sensation, kind of minty, pepperminty. But I love the contrast between that cooling sensation and the warmer, spicier notes. Still has a very fresh, aromatic feeling. A bit pricier than the original Hawas, but honestly, I think it's worth it. Big upgrade, Hawas Ice from Versace. But yeah, guys, that was just my top 10 fragrance recommendations for a teenager. Please leave a comment down below which fragrance you like the most. I would love to know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.